Video games are raising their prices to $80 across all platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch and PC, but it's not as bad as it seems. Video games have been worth around $60 for decades now. Ever since video games launched, they were pretty much worth $60. But if you were to adjust for inflation, then $60 in video games back then would be worth about $150 per video game now. So therefore, the fact that video games stayed at $60 for so long, and the fact that only increasing to $80 and not around $150 or more is actually crazy and a really good deal when you look at it like that. Now, of course, I would love for video games to stay at $60 forever, to get cheaper. I'd love everything in the world to be cheaper and never to rise in price, but unfortunately, that's not how the world works. And the fact that video game developers have chosen and been able to keep their games so cheap for so long when you compare it to inflation is crazy, especially when video game quality is getting a lot better and has got a lot better from when video games first launched. Now, I'm not saying that I would love for video games to keep rising in price, but you do have to understand that even though every individual or a lot of individuals are struggling with stuff like food, rent, bills and other stuff, these video game companies do also have the same costs, but they have it on a much larger scale because they have so many employees. They have a ton of employees, a ton of people working on the game, developing the game, designing the game, etc. And therefore, they also have a lot of the other costs like rent, like paying for bills like electricity, lights, water and stuff like that that they have to pay for. And therefore, even though I'd love for video games to stay at the same price forever and not to increase, I feel like $80 actually isn't too bad when you think about inflation and the fact that video games could be worth $150 or more if they did adjust with inflation over time. Do you agree or disagree? Let's start a debate in the comments below.